is a warrior? A warrior is not someone who fights the world, but someone who is brave enough to face himself. Anyone who is willing to look within, to question their own mind, to sit in silence and observe, can walk the path of the warrior. This is not a path of violence. It is a path of courage. Because the real battle is internal. We live in a world filled with chaos, uncertainty, fear, confusion. People try to protect themselves. They build walls. They hide inside their own minds. But the warrior does the opposite. He opens. He steps forward. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain. Because deep down, he knows something powerful. There is a fundamental goodness within all human beings. A quiet intelligence, a natural wisdom that has always been there. But most people never see it. Why? Because they are too busy escaping themselves. The warrior chooses differently. He begins by looking at his own life. Not the world, not others, himself, his thoughts, his reactions, his patterns, and what he discovers is surprising. Beneath all the confusion, all the doubt, all the emotional chaos, there is something pure, something stable, something good. This is the beginning. Because if you cannot understand your own mind, you cannot help the world. People want to change everything around them, but ignore what's inside. The warrior knows. If you want to bring order to the world, you must first bring order to yourself. Your daily life matters. The way you speak, the way you move, the way you treat others. Even the smallest actions are a reflection of your mind. So the path begins here, not in some distant place, not in some ideal future, but in your own life, right now. And as you begin to observe yourself honestly, something starts to change. You become less reactive, less defensive, more aware, and slowly you reconnect with your true nature. The warrior's journey is not about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you already are. And what you are is fundamentally good. But to see that clearly, you must be willing to sit still, to observe, to be present. This is where the journey begins.
Meditation is not about becoming better. It's about becoming real. You sit with no goal, no distraction, no escape. And at first, it feels uncomfortable. Your thoughts become louder. Your emotions rise. Your mind resists. But the warrior stays. He doesn't run. He doesn't fight. He observes. And something incredible begins to happen. The noise starts to settle. Not because you forced it, but because you stopped feeding it. And in that silence, you discover something deeper. A space within you, untouched by fear, untouched by doubt, untouched by the past. This is your true nature. And from this place, a new kind of strength emerges. Not aggression, not dominance, but softness, a quiet confidence, a fearless openness, because real courage is not about attacking. It's about allowing yourself to feel, to be vulnerable, to be exposed. The warrior has an open heart, and that makes him sensitive. He feels the world deeply, the beauty, the pain, the impermanence. And instead of closing, he opens even more. This is true fearlessness, not the absence of fear, but the willingness to remain open. And then, the warrior faces something deeper. The illusion of the self, the idea that there is a me to protect. But through awareness, this illusion begins to dissolve. And what remains is freedom. Freedom from needing approval. Freedom from fear. Freedom from control. You become open, vast, alive. And from this openness, your relationship with the world changes. You are no longer separate. You are connected. And naturally, you begin to care. Not because you should, but because you can't help it. Kindness becomes natural. Presence becomes your power. The warrior does not try to be special. He does not try to prove anything. He simply lives with authenticity, with awareness, with an open heart. And in doing so, he transforms everything around him. This is the path, not perfection, not escape, but truth. A life fully lived, a heart fully open, a mind fully present, and the courage to be exactly who you are. This is the way of the warrior. This is the way of the warrior.